dear Bud Light, dear CMT. We were happy as can be till you caved and bent the knee. Good luck coming back from that. Just tell us, what were you thinking? Fucking with the can we were drinking. Trade all you want, you're still sinking down. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT, yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. These hypocritical woke liberals know they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb, driving this song to #1. Should've known it by now, fuck around and find out you joke. Go broke. Fuck Ford, fuck Adidas, fuck Netflix too. Fuck Starbucks, Barbie, Whoopi in the View. Fuck Biden, Kamala, AOC. Fuck Snuffleupagus down on Sesame Street. Can't take it no more. Give me Trump 22-4. Sleepy Joe, don't let the door. Hit your ass on the way out. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT. Yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. These hypocritical woke liberals know they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb, driving this song to #1. Should've known it by now. Fuck around and find out you joke. Go broke. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT. The silent majority will tell you with the wallet. We didn't beat up Jussie Smollett. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT. Yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. Damn, all these miserable fucking liberals know they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb, driving this song to #1. Should've known it by now. Fuck around and find out you joke. Go broke. Fuck 'em all. Go broke. Fuck 'em all.
Hey. I got all y'all turned back on.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That fucking song may be the best one ever written.
That's pretty damn good.
So that song came out as a cameo to Try That in a Small Town.
Okay.
So the video of it has Jason Aldean doing his normal rendition on stage, but it looks like he's singing that song. That shit's funny as hell.
I'd like to see that.
Loose. A guy did a parody of Johnny Cash's song. It's called Hunter Biden's Cocaine Blues. You need to check it out. I'll send it to you.
Speaking of Cocaine Blues, has anyone ever solved the case of who brought the cocaine into the White House? Any update?
No. In light of Moose's question, I think the DOJ ought to, contract maybe Alvin Bragg or that dumb bitch in Atlanta, the DA. Maybe one of them could get on the ball and figure out who did it.
Hey,
I mean, it's so good at sniffing shit out. I mean, there's your two great candidates right there.
I mean,
put them on the job.
At this point, I'm up for hiring Dick Tracy. Hell, go get Jay or Hoover. Tell them we'll give them two, really expensive dresses. Whatever we got to do to figure it out. I mean, I just want to know how the most secure building in the world someone was able to sneak cocaine in there without, getting caught.
Well,
and then who was it for?
You're okay, but you're making a lot of statements and taking liberties that people were either A, not caught, or B, they don't know whose it is.
Well, no
Well, he
one
probably got grounded.
yard. And then secondly, who was it for?
Well,
We'll find that out.
again, this is kind of like back when the government used to cover up shit, like when a stealth fighter would fly and crash into a damn neighborhood and they'd say it's not ours. Because they haven't been released yet. They just got out skunk works and something fouled up on it and it crashed. So think of this as kind of one of those kind of things. Like the government's going to deny it and keep denying it and keep denying it. You see what I'm saying?
It's kind of hard to deny that there was.
Brian, it was kind of hard to deny an F-117 crashed in a neighborhood and it had markings on it and insignia, but
It could have been alien cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, some lizard people could have left it.
True.
They may have had to use the cocaine to communicate with bedshitter.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then we need to see the video that, and I think we have a right to see that.
No. We got too many fragile people. No, look. You got too many fragile, tofu-eating motherfuckers in this country. You can't show them lizard people. They will lose their shit and blow Starbucks out their nose. There's not enough safe spaces in Berkeley.
Well, you would know because you've been to Berkeley. I haven't.
I've been by it. I didn't go in it. I didn't take an exit. I had a driver, and they were driving me elsewhere. I passed it.
Again, you've been to Berkeley. I haven't.
No, I have not been to Berkeley. I have been to Oakland.
Tomato.
Nope. Can't do it.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. So,
Hey, T, I do have a question.
fire away.
When you were at Berkeley, did you get your application denied there, or was it after you mailed it in?
Again, I did not go to Berkeley. Had I gone to Berkeley, it would have made the news. I did not go to Berkeley.
Well, this is kind of reporting the news now. We all know that you went to Berkeley.
Again, I was being driven from point A to point B. Berkeley was not on our itinerary, so we did not go to Berkeley.
You just said you drove by it, and obviously.
So what do y'all think about Vivek? I like Vivek.
You talking about Rams of Bay or whatever the hell his last name is?
Fathers, mommy? Yeah.
He's kind of like the Perot of the Republican Party for this election.
You think?
That's what he reminds. I mean, let me kind of explain my point there. For those of you who remember Perot, who remember Daddy Bush running, at the time, that was the first time an independent candidate came on the scene that actually sounded like they might have some sense. And he had some good ideas, and I didn't agree with everything because I believe Perot's wanted to bring NAFTA, if I remember correctly.
No, he wanted to get rid of NAFTA. He didn't want
to get rid of NAFTA?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. The thing that always stuck out with Perot, and I know we're kind of off the rails here for a minute, he was the one who had a bunch of employees that got taken hostage somewhere over in one of the Middle Eastern countries. And of course, the government, their hands were tied because, we can't do anything. So he fucking orchestrated and went over and got him his damn self. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, but that gets you points.
Yeah.
That gets you fucking points. You manned up and made shit happen when your own fucking government went there for the sake of your own damn employees. I mean, that's
pretty hardcore, man. I mean, like I said, the guy he obviously picked the wrong running mate.
And of course, you know, Stockdale would have been he would have been a prime candidate these days because all he has to sit there and, you know, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you know, he and Biden get along great.
Oh,
Gridlock.
shit. Damn.
But
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like the way the guy thinks. It's
yeah,
very.
but there's some things that do you know his background?
Like, well, what kind of background?
He's got affiliations with Soros.
Oh shit, who doesn't? Other than Trump and
Okay.
I mean,
Well, he got a grant for college. Now that's his connection, right?
Is that what it is? The grant?
Yeah, and it wasn't like he was chosen by Soros. You know what I'm saying? It just happened to be. He did good in school. He did good with his grades and his itinerary, right? And he just happened to be a recipient of that.
Okay. All right. So it was a hit piece on him, then basically I saw. I get it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I stand corrected.
I looked into it. Look, I like Trump. I'm all for Trump, but I'm starting to look at it at a second standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to, because I think, just like our title for tonight, I think right now this is a two-pronged assault on him. They're trying to make it where he can't campaign.
exactly.
I think if they can find some way to indict him and get him tied up in court or in a trial and make it where he can't leave the state or wherever he's being tried at, he can't campaign. You see what I mean? You can campaign remotely doing, teleconference or whatever, but it's fucking retarded and it's not going to work. That only works for bed shit.
Honestly, I don't think he needs to campaign. I think people's minds are already made up.
And I hope that's the case, Vanguard. I truly do. But I think that's one of the strategies.
Here's the problem.
We have to use it.
All right, let me back here for a second. Here's the problem. Let's say Trump does get indicted there, or has been indicted. Let's say he goes to trial and he's found guilty.
Right.
And that's classified as a felony, correct?
Should be.
All right. If you're charged with a felony and can be convicted of a felony, you are no longer eligible to hold public office, correct?
Yes, you can, unless it is a treasonous, like inciting violence, like an insurrection. In the Constitution, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that if you are a convicted felon or whatever the case may be, that says you cannot hold a public office. However, there are criterias. That's why they're trying to put
The RICO.
on the insurrection. They're trying to put that he actually intended to put government officials and stuff like that in danger, in direct danger. That's why they're trying to. Now, as far as if they convict him of, let's say, I don't know, misinformation or whatever the case may be, or having documents or something like that from the White House, that will not keep him from that.
Actually, documents from the White House could, if they were, quote, classified or whatever, they could view that as treasonous and everything else. But anyway, that wasn't my point. My point is this. He's charged in Georgia with a state crime. He cannot the presidential pardon will not get him off the hook.
You can't pardon yourself anyway.
No, but let's say president's in office or whatever, they pardon him, they can't do it. It has to be the governor of said state.
Right, but you did see that they put out that they're trying to move the Georgia indictment to a federal case, to a federal court.
I haven't seen that. I haven't really looked into it.
His lawyers are pushing for that, and you may be on point with what you're saying. Because they may be looking at the back road to this as, hey, if he does get indicted and he does get convicted of it, then you would have to have that governor's support, right? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, Kemp's not going to fucking get on board with that shit.
Nope.
No, and that's why they're trying to keep it at the state level as far as charging him with felony. They don't want it to go into a federal court system where he could go in and get the pardon.
And you would have to, at this point, you would have to be either willfully ignorant or so full of TDS that you can't see how this is basically, a banana republic trying to, keep their political opponents from being able to do anything.
Oh, this is my opinion at this point. New rules to the game, baby. They want to play by these rules. Why don't we play by them too?
Well, has anybody seen where what the DNC pulled with Kennedy?
Yeah, they're not giving them Secret Service protection. They're not doing a bunch of normal standard.
What I'm talking about is the DNC aren't going to have any debates between the Democratic candidates.
Nope.
Because he's pissed off about that because he's saying, well, there should be a debate because we're challenging the incumbent. And
Tucker Carlson, I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, interviewed Kennedy.
Right.
And that interview was pretty eye-opening.
And Kennedy is what I would call a classic liberal, where you're, a classic liberal, if you go back and look at the definition, is one that's going to listen to, all points of view. But I guess the big thing about Kennedy, he says some cool stuff. He's still a Democrat.
Well, you heard what he said about gun control.
No, I haven't delved too deep into his stuff just because he's got a D behind his name. And when you have a D behind your name and you are in the national spotlight, 9 times out of 10, you're still going to go with the platform of the current regime.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are, unless you renounce that and say, okay, I'm either going independent or Republican, you can say all you want.
Yep.
Because once you gain power, we've seen a lot of rhino Republicans and Democrats that, talk real cool. And then as soon as they got a little bit of power up there, that stuff went out the window.
What I have read and looked up on him and stuff, as far as he is pro 2A, with the exception of if you're on antidepressants, I think, then he doesn't think you need to have a gun.
But he made the statement on air that if Congress passed a resolution to ban something, he would sign it. That's not pro 2A. That's passing the buck to take the heat off him. So if you've got a bunch of shitbags in Congress and they ban AR-15s or they ban ghost guns or they ban high-capacity magazines or whatever, and it gets to his desk, he's signing it, you're fucked.
All right. Can we Jen Psaki for a minute? So YouTube, this is from Politico, a well-known news site, okay? And I'm reading it verbatim. So a Trump electoral victory from behind bars would open a constitutional can of worms. But the general view among legal scholars is that the need for a duly elected president to fulfill the duties of office would override a criminal conviction and require the sentence to at least be put on hold. If Trump were convicted of a federal crime, he could even pardon himself immediately upon taking office. A maneuver that Debs himself promised to undertake. And you're going to ask, who is Debs? Okay, so who is Debs? So Debs is a guy that ran for president while in prison and got 1 million votes in 1920.
I remember that.
So
he voted for him.
Now, I wasn't there, but I remember the story of this guy.
So, I mean, it's saying he can. If he wins it, on a federal level, he can pardon himself.
Okay.
Also, if he's in prison, they'd have to let his ass out and let him go to the White House. I ain't saying he won't be on damn house arrest, but
okay, let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's say that one of these fucking shitbag DAs manages to convict him, okay, and he gets elected, which just becomes an episode of, I don't know, Twilight Zone. So here you got a guy who's a convicted felon under house arrest. Well, let's just go all out and say he's got a fucking ankle monitor. How's that work when his ass has to fly to fucking Korea? I mean, I'm just asking the question. I mean,
your parole officer gets to ride with him
and go, hey, I need permission to fly to Korea to take care of some business. And the PO tells him yes or no.
Okay, but you see the idiocracy here, right? That this has got to be the dumbest shit. I mean, fucking Venezuela isn't this fucked up.
I mean, could you imagine the yard time?
This is just it's a clown car of unchecked fucktardism. There's no court in the civilized world would do shit like this because it looks ridiculous.
Like I said, new rules. They do it, we do it back to them. And I'm sorry.
I understand that, but the problem is there's not enough Republicans with a fucking backbone to do that. Because when they're not in front of a fucking camera, all those motherfuckers are at the same strip clubs, the same whorehouses, and the same steakhouses, laughing and eating on our fucking dime.
Yep. All right, and I want to put some more clear stuff out there. And this is coming from ABC News, YouTube. And this is from a University of California, Los Angeles law professor Richard L. Hansen, one of the country's leading experts on election laws. It says, Trump still has a path to serving as president should he win the re-election in 2024. The Constitution has very few requirements to serve as president, such as being 35 years of age. It does not bar anyone indicted or convicted or even serving jail time from running as president and winning the presidency. This was in a direct email sent to CNN. So there you go.
Great. That's awesome.
But the thing is, there are stipulations in there. And look, I'm all Constitution. That's what I believe in. However, there are federal shits in place, right? So if he, in fact, got charged with leading a so-called insurrection or having direct influence on that, that could cause a problem. So right now, currently, he has a total of 40 counts on him. So, yeah.
Well,
but here's the thing. If he's not indicted, if he's not charged, okay, get this. If he's not charged, gets presidency, and he elects his Justice Department, they have the power to dismiss all cases. This is all on ABC News. So it says a Trump Justice Department could dismiss all cases. And that came from Special Counsel Jack Smith.
Isn't Jack Smith one of the idiots that is bringing the stuff against him in D.C.?
He is, but he's saying that he's the one that's actually saying that that a Trump Justice Department could dismiss it. This is people that's trying to get his ass, you know what I'm saying? And they're coming out and saying, hey, he could do this.
Right.
So they know what they're battling. The thing is he's, that Vivek guy, I watched a thing with him, with Joe Rogan, actually. and he's saying he wants to win by a Ronald Reagan landslide, right? It's not going to happen. There's no way. If he's running with Trump, there's no way he's going to get a landslide or anything for that matter. I mean, he'll get some votes, but if Trump has the ability to run, I believe that he's going to have a catastrophic amount of votes. And the simple reason is because 2020, $100 would get you a half a buggy full of groceries.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, currently, $100 will get you maybe 3 grocery bags, and I'm talking plastic ones.
It will.
Well, it depends if it's ramen noodles. You know, some Beanie Weenies ramen noodles and, I don't know, off-brand chips maybe. You're absolutely right, Freedom. Absolutely right. He's soaring in the polls right now, guys. I mean, he is up there.
Yeah.
They're basically campaigning for him. He's getting free campaign publicity.
Yeah.
What do y'all think
all the
about
major
Trump
news
not
networks.
debating?
What?
What do you think about Trump not debating in the primaries?
Why would he? I wouldn't.
He was shown the last time he he debated that they purposely did everything they could to skew everything and cut him off and protect bedshitter. So why do a debate?
Well, Biden already said he's not going to debate, so.
Well, he can't. They would have to give him shock therapy between questions.
Haitian shuffles, dipples, nickels,
Squirrel.
hair.
There you go. He get up and wander around.
Corn pop in my hair like to float. Yeah, that's all you hear for 30 minutes.
Come on, man.
I mean, if Trump could go in there with receipts, you know, and when I say receipts, I mean, you know, direct evidence to back what he's about to say, I think it could be very powerful, and he'd be able to get a leg up if he just goes in there and makes every accusation just completely look moronic, right?
Yeah.
If anybody can do that, it's him.
Yeah.
He has a unique ability to banter, and I mean, it's insane.
Agreed. But you know, you're talking receipts, and I'm talking literal. If he were to walk in there with receipts from his presidency, as opposed to receipts from what's going on now, I mean, you would immediately crush this whole Bidenomics that they're trying to push out on everybody right now. They've even branded it. It's Bidenomics. It's awesome. You know, like you're saying, you know, the whole 3 bags of groceries, that's you know, being nice. I walked out of there with let's see, 2 nights ago at Wally World, and I shit you not, I had, you know, a bag and a half worth of stuff. And it's not like it was, you know, super expensive stuff, but stuff that would have been $30 a couple of years ago, as opposed to almost 60 now. So,
well, you know, I mean, and I told my kids, you know, we used to go grocery shopping, me and my wife, when we first got married, moved in solo, you know, we could buy groceries for a month. I'm talking a whole buggy and a half full of shit for $75. And I mean, shit falling out the top of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like having to be careful to stack shit in there where you don't land on your bread up in the top part of the cart. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now,
10% bitch.
Now you go up there with a half a buggy and you're like, hey, we saved a pretty good bit today. We didn't need a whole lot. Then you cash out and it's fucking $300.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not supposed to happen in 2 years, y'all.
No, I mean,
that's
a 12-pack of Cokes are $8 and something. I mean, what the fuck?
well, and when your staples have gone up half a dollar, almost 98 cents. As you know, what you could buy rice, bread, stuff like that for $1 2 years ago. Sometimes $1.03. It's $2 now. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it should not go up $1 in 2 years, unless you do two multi-trillion-dollar stimulus packages and you fight a proxy war and you leave billions of dollars worth of shit in a country that you just ceded power to. So, yeah, there you go.
All right.
It was a retreat.
This is who you can blame it on because I'm fixing to do a little impersonation.
Was this
There was horseshoes, hand grenades all around me. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Angela comes up to me going, Joey, baby, you rode 1,000,000 miles together with me in an 18-wheeler that you were driving cross country. And then 100 scopes delivered. And then all of a sudden, this poor reporter asked me about Maui, and I said, no comment.
Wow. Fucking toaster strudels.
Corn Pop showed up, and I said, I got the pops.
Oh,
I wonder where old Corn Pop's at nowadays.
which corn pop?
I don't know. The OG.
Okay, well,
Bad dude.
I would say follow the crumpled underwear and the spilt ice cream. You'll find him.
So, quick question for y'all. I played that nifty song there at the beginning. What do you think about Oliver's song, Rich Men North of Richmond?
I think it's great.
It was a good song.
So this guy has gotten 18 million views on one channel in 8 days. Can you say instant fame?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you who won't sign him. CMT's not going to sign him.
Well, no, because they're too woke.
Well, they don't like artists thinking for themselves.
I don't watch CMT anyway. I haven't watched the CMT Awards in probably, 20 years. But if any of y'all's ever watched it, I've seen little bits and pieces of it. You talk about a woke piece of shit. Man, come on.
Yeah, it's not country.
No.
Country hasn't been country in 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, so true.
I mean, he seriously strikes me as a crushable guy.
Just pillowy pockets of peanut butter and jelly.
That way he doesn't get confused on which corner to start on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She'll probably just shit up for him, feed it to him. And she has to hide it from damn Hunter because he'll snort it.
Does cocaine cause the munchies?
No, just heart attacks.
And bad decisions?
Yeah.
I mean,
Deviated septums and such.
That's when you got to order preload. It's already got a fucking nasal numbing
Yeah, that's right.
mixed in with it.
oh. Only in America, guys. Only in America.
Yeah, that bright city on a hill.
I seen something the other day about his dog biting somebody else again. Look, I can't blame the dog. If that motherfucker was my owner, I'd bite every fucking body.
Here's the thought.
Put me down, please.
For the dog.
What?
I wonder if the Coke was for the dog. That's why the dog's biting people, because he ain't got his Coke.
I heard that too, Ozzy. I know Jamie Johnson went and did a concert with him this past weekend. Just showed up randomly and just got on stage with him and started playing.
Supposedly,
Nice.
wants to sign him.
So he does Sunday concerts at the church and stuff like that. So the first thing he does opening his concerts is he reads scripture from the Bible.
Oh, well, you know that right there is going to just fuck him up with a whole bunch of people right there. Not with me, but you know.
Oh yeah, I mean it
Be all
will with the CMT crowd because they went full. What's that chick's name that started out country and now she's just a hoey pop singer?
Could pick any of them. Taylor
yeah.
Swift,
Yeah, that one. I
Miranda
mean that's
Lambert, Shania Twain.
that's what they put out. Boy, she turned just weird. That poor girl, Shania.
Oh yeah, she's doing a comeback tour. You should get tickets.
I'm good.
Feels like him.
Maybe 20 years ago.
Look, if y'all looking for music, you need to stick with people that's actually about what's real. You know, and there's several of them, but there's a lot of them that's not. Most of them are not. I mean, you got a lot of John Rich. He says what he wants to say. He don't give a shit. You got Travis Tritt. I mean, he's hardcore. I mean, he actually went on. I think it was The View, and he actually made them look like an idiot. So, which ain't hard because they start the show looking like that.
Well, when you got Whoopi and that Joy Behar bitch up there, their faces plastered all over everything. I mean,
well, Whoopi's begging forgiveness right now because Jason Aldean got a hell of a lawsuit on her ass.
oh, did he?
Oh yeah.
Good,
And then Kyle Rittenhouse is fixing to jump on the bandwagon.
good. Sue her into fucking bankruptcy. Make her ass live out of the Pinto.
Well, you know she got sued one time before. I believe it was I think it was about the Holocaust comment that she made or some shit like that. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. But did y'all see who's running for in Texas? Brandon Herrera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Congress.
that's awesome.
He's running out of San Antonio.
Let's go, Brandon.
That's kind of a historically blue area. I think they've got actually right now a Republican congressman, which, you know, but yeah, he's running out of San Antonio's district, I believe.
Yeah, that'll be pretty awesome.
Fucking Texas. Everybody looks tall in Texas.
Amen.
I think the tallest tree down there is a 6-foot pine, ain't it?
They're a fucking cactus.
East Texas has trees. West Texas has sagebrush. That's about as big as.
West Texas has mesquite trees. Yeah, seen them all night. Got a bunch of them. And then East Texas, you're right, it's all like big tall pine trees, shit like that.
Wait a minute. Did you see what By Freedom said about guns and gadgets?
What?
He says that Jared from Guns and Gadgets is getting sued from the states.
From the state.
All right, now it's got to pique my interest.
What states?
Well, I don't know. I'm only telling you what he said.
Hey, you're supposed to be the all knowing here. I mean,
Look, I am not.
yeah, the reason we have you on the show is because you were there, you know, when all this stuff happened, like, you know, 300-400 years ago. And you can get his first-hand accounts and everything else.
I want to see this shit. They need to give me all my fucking strikes back, bitches.
Right.
Let me see.
For anyone that doesn't know, T discovered the Fountain of Youth like 1,000 years ago, and so
Bruh, if I'd discovered the fountain of youth 1,000 years ago, do you think my ass would be doing what I'm doing right now? I would have changed some shit.
yeah, I think you would be doing what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would have done something to stop it from being what it is now.
Right.
So this says, and this is on the Federal Trade Commission.gov, okay, pretty reputable site, right? The government's trustworthy.
Sure.
So YouTube, Google and YouTube will pay a record $170 million for alleged violations of children's privacy law.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Nice.
Get the crayon out and break that down for the liberals in the room and me.
Okay. I'm finding. Okay, so apparently they collected personal information from underage kids, which you cannot enter into a legal binding contract unless you're 18, right?
Correct.
Correct.
So any box you check on any type of thing, or I agree to the terms and all that, is void if you're under 18. So apparently, from viewers of child-directed channels without first notifying parents and getting their consent, YouTube earned millions of dollars by using the identifiers commonly known as cookies to deliver targeted ads to viewers of these channels, according to the complaint. The COPPA, also known as COPPA, rule requires that child-directed websites and online services provide notice of their information practices and obtain parental consent to collecting personal information for children under 13, actually, including the use of persistent identifier and track of users' internet browsing habits for targeted advertising. So there you go. 170 million.
Well,
Good for them. So
yeah.
let me tell you what I've been running through. Okay, and let me see if I can find. By the way, I'm gonna pull it up while y'all keep talking, and then I'll explain to you why I hate this fucking song. Let me see if I can find this shit. Y'all
I'm just
probably
going out on a limb and say I don't think any of us are in this little panel here are fans of YouTube. But I'm just going to be shooting in the dark and guessing on that. I don't want to speak for everyone else.
They're not on my Christmas card list.
You know, Fax Man. Yeah, he's got us muted. I don't think he wants in the conversation. So, yeah.
Do I like Facebook? I mean, do I like YouTube?
Yes.
I don't like their politics.
It's a good platform if it wasn't politicized.
Yeah.
yeah. If they leave politics out of it, it'd be good and quit fucking chasing me around.
I mean, that's kind of like the whole cocaine in the White House, you know, when you have to stifle somebody's views, then
This song right here, I know y'all have heard it if you've watched any YouTube shorts, TikTok, whatever, you've heard this.
Give me a read, I'ma open my legs. Give me some of that tequila, I'ma give you some head. About to get free, I'ma put it in my pussy. Give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs.
Okay, so y'all get the
Damn.
gist.
Wow.
So y'all get the gist of this song, right? Now, I don't want to let it play anymore because it fucking annoys me beyond any repair. Like, pisses me off.
Let's just say
So-
we did 2 margaritas.
Yeah, it keeps going.
Oh.
I mean, it talks about 1 margarita, I'm gonna open my legs, 2 margaritas, I'm gonna give you some, 3 margaritas, or just crazy shit. Okay, so it goes through this whole sexual explicit
Here's the
thing.
number.
So there's a lot of people posting videos of them dancing and doing this cameo certain dance with this, right? So I watch a lot of shorts and stuff like that. So this shit will pop up with children on there doing a dance to this shit.
Wait, what?
Kids, little fucking kids. Teenagers. And when I say teenagers, I'm talking 13 and under, right? You'll see them on there and they're dancing, they're doing these gestures to this song. So I have been very, very successful over the last few days of getting multiple of these videos removed. And all you got to do is click it and hit child abuse. And it'll strike it down within 24 hours. 100% success rate.
Nice.
So I'm actually going to play the rest of this song just so y'all can hear how explicit it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
but you're not gonna get dinged, are you?
no. There's actually legally, we can play any song we want to and listen to it and say our thoughts on it because it's been put on YouTube, so it's legally open to the public.
Okay.
But
I just don't want you to get dinged. That's all.
that's for child abuse.
Fuck them.
And have this whole conversation taken down.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to say. And that's what I listed as. If you got children on there doing this to this song, I mean, it's just completely, I'm telling you, man, I get irate every time I see this shit. So I'll play it and let y'all hear it, but it's bad. Let me get
Give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some heads. Give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma give me 5 margaritas, I'ma put it in your puss.
So y'all get the gist of this fucked up shit.
Damn. What? Fuck.
Do you think I'm?
That's what I was looking for, Live Freedom, the Fair Use Act. Okay.
So you thought I was kidding, a long time ago when we were talking, and I said, now would be a great time to invest in adult diapers for people in their 30s and 40s that listen to this shit.
I'm telling you, like when I'm watching shorts and this shit pops up, there's been occasion that my phone has bounced off the fucking window because it wasn't down. You know what I'm saying? Jesus. And then when you see these kids, and I'm telling y'all, these are minors. I'm talking young kids, and they're doing these movements like they're doing what that song is saying. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get it.
And I get irate. I mean, I don't want to see that shit. So I report them, and every one of them I've reported has been taken down 100%.
Awesome.
Usually within 24 hours, I'll get. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me pull up my email. I'll tell you exactly what it says. Okay. It says, thank you for reporting the video that you find inappropriate. The video that you reported on August 14th, 2023 has been removed and restricted from YouTube. Please note that the creators does have the right to appeal the decision anytime that there's content removed or restricted. You are able to check the status of the content that you flagged anytime. Check report history. So I'm going to click check report history, right? I'm going to see if they were able to fight it. Because Lord knows I hadn't had any damn luck.
That's what I was about to say. You sure as hell don't ever get a chance to.
There was one time I scared the shit out of them, and then no more. They throwed their damn balls on the table on my ass last time.
Yeah, but they never did tell us what we did.
Okay, so they did not contest it, and it has been removed.
Good.
Tell you what, one margarita, I'm gonna take the piss.
It says this content has been deleted and the creator cannot show this. Good.
Anyway, we can get her phone number and get her set up on a date with Jay on margarita night at the local Mexican restaurant.
Oh hell, here we go. You're gonna get Spoon all fired up.
I'm just thinking out loud here.
But yeah, I mean, it's gone too far.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you got these kids, and kids, they relate to music. We relate to music. You know what I'm saying? The song I played at the beginning of this live, we all relate to that. We have that feeling. So if they start seeing this shit and they start acting on it, then they think it's okay to do that. We'll see you, Joker. Take care, buddy.
You got to take consideration too. Always absent parents. That they don't give a shit what their kids are doing because they're out running the streets doing their shit.
I'm telling you right now, if I walked in my fucking house and my 10-year-old daughter has this shit playing and her phone recording her doing some shit like this, guess what's about to happen?
There's going to be an iPhone tour all the hell for starters.
That phone has been stricken from her life.
Mm-hmm.
Gone.
Yep.
Along with several other activities.
Yep.
Let me guess. You're going to take her out of dance class?
What?
You're going to take your daughter out of dance class?
My daughter never took dance class, but yeah, I would take her out of dance class.
It'd be welcome to the gulag.
Right.
Jesus. I mean, just stuff like that pisses me off because you don't need to take children and allow stuff like that to happen. And that's what we have to protect. That's why we're all here. We're, in a general scope of things, we're here to try to protect our nation, right? And unify our nation to get on the same belief that children are not to be fucked with. I mean, it's just that much. It's just as simple as it can be. And I mean, I'll put up with a lot of things. People badger me, bother me, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to my kids, absolutely no way on God's green earth would I ever put up with any bullshit from anybody.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see the quick evolution of how fast the whole country, even the weirdo wackos, you do whatever you want, leave kids out of it. But now all of a sudden in the past 2 years, it's like, oh my God, they're fair game, they're fresh meat. It's disgusting and fucking deplorable, but it's like, okay. And I can remember people on Rush talking about this, okay, about the whole what is it, the NAMBLA people? I don't know the acronym, or the MAMBA, the men who like boys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge taboo, and now these people actually have a voice. Fuck that.
Yeah, we'll see how good their voice goes in my house.
There's, I am not a proponent of, especially on YouTube, of violence. Some people just don't need to be around anymore if you think like that, because you cannot rehabilitate that.
That's deviancy, dude.
That's beyond deviancy.
Well, it's evil.
Yeah, it's just evil.
And you're right. The percentage of somebody correcting their course after being influenced on that manner is very, very minute. It's a very small amount, right? And the thing is kids care more about being popular nowadays than anything. Okay. I really didn't give a damn when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care who liked me, whatever. So, but that's the thing. That's what it's all about. It's all evolved where who gets the most, I don't know what they call it on TikTok. What, is it likes, followers, whatever? I don't know. I don't have TikTok. So that's what everything is based on now is everybody wants to be popular. Everybody wants to be famous. And they'll do whatever. And the influence is very, very high. And I don't know, it just gets promoted, and anything to do with children should not be promoted. Children should be completely humble and unscathed by society.
Yep.
But they prey on children.
In the open.
Yeah, just straight out. That's what I'm saying. That's all over YouTube. And YouTube, if you're listening to this, which I know you are, because you damn sure like to fucking shadow ban our ass, so I know you're listening. Fix it. It's just that simple. Fix it. Watch those channels. When you see shit like that of some girl, some child dancing inappropriately to some fucking sadistic song like that, don't let that shit slide. I shouldn't have to do their job for them. But they're too focused on busting down conservatives and patriots that they can't look at what really needs to be fucking done. It's just insane. Pisses me off. All right, rant over.
It's a good rant.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, T.
Just saying. Just saying. Well, how many of you are aware of Australia's decided to go fully digital?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've seen that. It's coming here. It's coming, guys.
Yeah, I think they're trying for it. I don't think it's going to come as fast as they want it to, and we can postpone it maybe, but I think what it's going to do is, like Australia, what they're doing is they're phasing out the $100 bill this year, I think, and then the 50, so on and so forth. They're gradually, and I think they're limiting how much cash you can get out. So they're limiting what you can do with the cash and how much of you can get, so it can't be a run on the banks. I mean, but you got to also understand, too, in Australia that they're tyrannical. I mean, look what they did during the lockdowns and COVID and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's easier for them to do it because A, they've disarmed the populace. B, they don't have as big an area or as many people to control, you know. So it's going to take longer than that to institute something like that here. But yes, I think they're going to try and push it.
Right. Well, let me tell y'all what's going to happen. You know, and everybody doesn't have money, especially nowadays, right? We've all, and we can all speak honestly, we've all been in a situation where we've had to decide which bill we needed to pay this week or this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If everything goes digital, you no longer have control of that. Y'all with me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you'll no longer have the choice that can this be auto drafted or can you set this up on auto payments and all that shit. It's going to be mandatory. So if you may think, well, you know, this week I'll be able to fix my car, and then all of a sudden you go check your banking account, and you find out that 9 motherfuckers done drafted from your shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the negative. What are you going to do about it? What can you do? You can't draw cash out to fight it.
Nope.
I mean, it's digital. And the thing is everything every dollar you earn, everything you ever do is going to be controlled and viewed. Now, who is this going to hurt? I mean, then there's people that's going to find out a way around it, right? There's pros and cons to this. The cons, the honest people are going to get fucked.
Yeah.
The pros, there's no more illegals working. Unless they go under an alias false social security number, right?
Right.
Which is, I mean, that's the only benefit I could see from it. But other than that, no. I deal mostly in cash, like 90%. And no, I'm not doing anything illegal. I just like to pay for my gas and my groceries and shit like that with cash. So that'll go away.
Yeah.
So what's going to come eventually is you're going to have a fucking chip implanted in your body. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. Now, used to you had to carry around a debit card, checkbook, or whatever, right? Now you just swipe your card up there. Also, they've added where you can connect your card or your bank account to your phone. You just carry your phone up there and swipe it in front of something.
Yep.
So it's not going to be long before they put a device out. Hey, you got to get this inserted, right? You go up to, I don't know, I'm going to make up a fucking bank, East Side fucking Kangaroo Click Bank or whatever the fucking name of it is, right? So you go up there and you want to open a checking account or whatever the case may be, and they're like, okay, well, we need you to go around here and see our physician. They're going to put this little pill up under your skin, and that's one of the terms for you to be able to use our bank. And then eventually every bank's going to go to shit like that, right?
You can microchip a dog. Just, you can microchip a person.
Yeah, absolutely. There's people microchipped already.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just figuratively speaking, YouTube, this is not facts. I can't see into the future. I wish I could, but I can't. But I'm just saying, in a synopsis, right? If something like this laid out, that would be the most convenient way for them to do it.
Yeah.
And here's the fun fact. You're going to fucking pay them to do it. Oh, yeah. You want to open a checking account with us? Okay, that's going to be $49.99 for us to put this in there. Do you want the upgraded one? Yep. You want the upgraded one that gets service everywhere? Next thing you know, you're going to be paying a fucking cell phone or a satellite bill for your chip in your arm.
Yep.
Y'all remember what I'm telling you. Mark of the beast. Read it in the Bible.
Yep. Well, what they've done is they've waited till they've gotten the majority of the populace is all tied into this false god of technology, and they're all about convenience. And the whole COVID lockdown made it even more predominant. And so it's all been one big psyop to get everybody conditioned to do everything electronically so they could push this agenda. And people are just lapping the shit up like, the old Kool-Aid, And it's like, you don't realize you're gonna get fucked in the end by this.
Yeah, and how long do you think it's going to be before the criminals figure out a way to hack your shit just by walking by you? Look, shit's easy to hack.
Yeah.
Okay? Me and T talked offline about another situation, and I'm pretty intuitive on certain things. Little tricks, right? Cheap tricks. That's what we'll call it. So, and I'm just going to bring up Wi-Fi. Everybody has fucking Wi-Fi nowadays, right? Yep. It's convenient. Nobody wants wires running all over the fucking house. I got Wi-Fi. So here's the thing. And I'm going to advise everybody here, if you have Wi-Fi, you need to go into the settings and change the password right now. Because here's the deal. They only use so many factory passwords for their brand. So if somebody walks up to your house or whatever the case may be, and that certain Wi-Fi brand, make, model pops up, they can actually go online and get a list of the passwords.
Yep.
And then they're into your shit, right?
Yep.
So guess what that means? If they can hack your Wi-Fi, they can hack all your personal information. That means if you're sitting on your couch, especially if you live in a neighborhood where your houses are close or an apartment or whatever, you're sitting in there, you're ordering shit off Amazon. They're sitting there watching what you're doing. They're getting all your information right there. Easy peasy. Think
Yep.
about it this way: some of the smartest motherfuckers in the world are criminals.
Yep.
Government. I mean,
We were thinking the same thing.
beat you to it, Sax man.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it. It's simple things like that people don't watch out for. My Wi-Fi password is not the factory one.
Nope.
Hell to the no.
Another thing that's advisable too, if you're somebody who's got Wi-Fi and an internet connection like that, don't use the equipment that the provider gives you. Buy your own.
Yep, absolutely.
Because if you buy your own, you're not paying monthly for it and renting it from them. It's not secondhand shit. And B, you own it. You can go in there and tweak shit and everything else, and they can't do shit with it. And no one else.
You're right. People they get the ones from their providers because it's convenient, right? They bring it out, they throw it up, right?
Yep.
They tell you it's the best that they have on the market.
Thank you.
You pay $24.99 a month, and this is yours. Let me go ahead and tell y'all something right now. So, $24.99 in a year, right? You could have went out and bought one of the best Wi-Fi routers that they make on the market.
A good one.
I'm talking peak RAMs, distance.
6-channel.
Yeah, I'm just crazy shit.
Hyperdrive, motherfucker.
So don't trust her.
Nope.
And I'm not being paranoid, y'all. I'm just everything I'm telling you is facts. Am I not telling you the facts, Keith?
No, you're spot on, bro.
Our conversation went through this, so you just got to watch stuff like that.
Yep.
I'll tell you another thing too. When you go to a gas pump and you see that little scanner on there, check for bulkiness. Grab it, pull on it.
Always grab it. Yep.
Grab it and pull on it. Give it a little tug. Yeah. Not your normal tugging moose, but a little tug.
I'm real gentle. I don't like to tug rough. It's just real gentle, and constant fluid motion.
Cool.
Well, think about it this way, everybody. Y'all remember the Biden stickers, right? Biden did this. It's easier to put one of those improv scanners on there than it is to put one of those stickers on there.
Yep.
Because your liberal gas attendants
use my credit card or a debit card or anything at a gas pump. I go in and pay cash. And they go, you have no idea. Like, I've walked in before, handed them $100 bill and said, turn on pump 3. That's the pump I'm at. And they'll go, I don't know how to do that. I can only do $20 at a time. And I'm like, okay, well, give me $20 on it. And they're like, well, do you have a $20 bill? And I'm like, really?
No, let me tell you, I got one even better. And y'all probably run into this. And anybody that's working at a gas station out there listening, this is not directed at you unless you do this. If I walk in there and I'm taking my full-size truck and I hand you a $100 bill knowing it's going to take 70 or 80 fucking dollars of that, don't tell me you can't break a fucking 100. You're not breaking. I mean, you're taking the 100, but you're only going to give me like $20 back. So shut the fuck up and take the 100. We can't break 100. The bullshit.
Yeah, but fucking hey, dude, don't mess around and buy something in there like a hot dog or a damn bottle of water or something because they'll stroke out trying to count out your change.
Oh, the most popular one is I get back is from them is, well, how much gas are you going to need? And I tell them, I don't know. And they go, well, if you could tell me how much gas you need, then I could bring it up. And then, I'm like, well, if I knew that, I would be handing you exact change. Trust me.
But I need the tanker. Can you drive it to the house?
That's when you look at him and say, hold on a second, let me run out there and talk to my truck real fast and ask it real nice and see if he'll tell me exactly how thirsty it is. I'll be right back. Fucking retards.
Then when I was down in New Orleans 2 weeks ago, I pulled up at this first gas station and the gas pumps worked. And so, went in to pay for my gas, and the doors were locked.
Yep.
The gas station was completely shut down. Pulled up
Yep.
at the second one, same thing. The third gas station I went to had somebody inside, and it was open and all that. I thought that was stranger than hell. The only thing there was the gas pump work.
Damn sex, man.
My dad was like, "I'll pay for the gas." I'm like, "No." I said, "I'm not. No, we're not swiping a card." I refuse to do it because of those damn card readers and all that shit.
Usually, if I'm using a card more often than not, I will go in the store and run the card there. Um, Also, when I buy gas, if I use a card, I have a specific credit card with a specific limit set on it. It's only $1,000 card. So even if somebody was to hack it, they only get so much money off of it. I can dispute it. But I did that by design. So that's the only card I ever used to buy gas. That's all it's for, ever. And the problem with that is that I discovered later on is because it's got such a low credit limit that if nowadays, shit, if you have to put gas in 2 or 3 vehicles and you actually drive more than 10 miles, you're going to go over that middle threshold of the cash of the limit on it, and it's going to mess up your credit every month because you're over that threshold of half the balance of the credit card. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get dinged every month. So you can't win. Just got to be careful either way.
Man, I'll be over that threshold in 2 weeks.
Do what?
I'll be over that threshold in 2 weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you've got a vehicle that, has more than 3 cylinders and you drive more than 20 miles a week, yeah, you're going to, nowadays, I mean, around here, gas is $3.66 a gallon, and that's for the cheap shit. If you're somebody has to put, 92 or 93 in your vehicle because you don't want to gum up every fucking injector on it, then you're spending $4.25 a gallon minimum. So, yeah, that shit adds up quick. And I mean, if you're out west, it's even worse. Or in the PRI.
Well, there's that.
Mm-hmm. The PRI makes you want to walk.
PRI, guys, people rarely intelligent. Okay.
Oh. Just one of the states in the union, we need to just if we ever do have a national divorce, we need to make sure that's one of the motherfuckers that gets cut off. That needs to be a limb that gets pruned first.
Oh, yeah, there needs to be an application process.
Yes, sir. Because that bitch is rotten. So, you got a few states like that.
Well,
Hey, I just really can't believe this transformation you're going through. I don't know if I completely like it, but hey, man, I'll accept you for who you are. If that's what you truly believe, then I guess I can accept it.
Well, it is what it is. I appreciate your support, Moose. How about that?
I mean, I understand the black cowboy hat being, you want to be the villain or whatever, but total black bloc, really? I can't believe you went through
Grunt style, brother. Grunt style. You would never catch a soup can, hot pocket eating motherfucker wearing one of these. Just saying.
till now.
No. I ain't one of them. I can promise you that.
Oh shit.
I'd like to introduce our first Antifa member, Keith.
We already had that.
Oh, that was fun.
All right. Well,
Y'all had
Moose.
an Antifa member on, and I wasn't invited to the show.
This is a long, long, long time ago. This before you ever were. This before you even came on board.
Damn. Y'all always have all the fun before I come aboard. Can we get him back?
We could probably find a random one. Just go to one of your local cities. Just get their email. I'll send them a link.
Either hit a community college, look for somebody taking a humanities class.
Go to SCAD. Go to fucking SCAD. You can find all of them you want.
Oh, fuck. You get fucking swamped by all them fucktards.
I mean, I just got to say, they were pink and purple hair before it was a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's art, man. It's art.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all about the hairdo.
Just cut your fucking ear off and call it a day.
Oh.
Fuck. All right, Moose. Hit him with some knowledge.
All right. This is a question I'm going to ask all y'all and see if y'all can figure it out before I give the answer. But my grandfather, we was out chopping cotton one day, and, we'd always visit out there in the cotton fields, and he said, "Stop, grandson, I want to ask you a question." He said, "Do you know the difference between a boy and a man?" And my answer was, "I don't know, age, or something like that." And he said, "No. What do y'all think y'all's answer would have been?" Keep in mind, I was about 14 years old.
Not a clue.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, brother.
Vanguard?
So the question, are you asking what do I think about it, or what is...
What would your answer have been?
I would say patience and self-control.
Well, my grandfather looked at me and said, "Grandson, age doesn't have any damn thing to do with it." He said, "It's how fast."
Well, damn. Now we'll never know the answer.
I wanted to hear the shit, man. What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
There he is. What the hell?
All right. Anyway,
The suspense is killing us, man.
All right. Anyway, granddad said, "You're wrong, grandson. Age doesn't have anything to do with it. It's how fast you get up off the ground after you've been knocked down." He said, "A boy will sit there and cry and whine about it. A man will get up, dust his britches off, and keep going."
I could get behind that.
Makes sense. Okay.
So just remember, age doesn't have anything to do with it. It's how you react and respond to something happen. Boys sit there and whine and bitch and cry and everything else. Man just gets up, keeps going. So there's your knowledge from Grandpa. Now,
All right.
Here's a little Confucius for you. Man who stands on toilet is high on pot.
That kind of ranks up there with river overflowing by IP freely.
Yep. So, I guess everybody seriously though, don't get distracted. Keep your eye on the prize and look at the bigger picture. Look at the whole picture.
Don't just look at one part of the picture. Everyone just, always kind of look at the whole picture. Watch your six, stay frosty out there, and just everybody, keep your head, keep it cool. Next.
After that. All right, what you got there, Sax Man?
Well, okay. I would say don't trust your government, and just understand that the last government that we overthrew and or kicked out of the country was a hell of a lot more benevolent than the current regime. So just to put that in a little perspective. And that's all I got.
Copy that. What you got for him, Absentee?
I kind of hinge on what we've been talking about. Everybody pay close attention to this whole thing with Trump in Atlanta. We may see some interesting developments in it this week. Also understand that when you have this much blood in the water and the 24-hour news cycle trying to keep this stirred up, there's something else going on in the peripheral. Pay attention. Remember, if you're seeing one thing as a headline, there's other things out there that should be the headline. Don't take anything at face value. Do your own research. And if you're not praying, you better start. And that's all I got, brother.
Absolutely. So, to kind of recap on everything that they just said, pay attention. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people get focused on, and I'm guilty of it as well. I'll get focused on one thing and kind of lose sight of a lot of other things. I try to steer away from a lot of the news if I can, and I kind of try to go to reliable sources, so to say, and do some research. Just because it pops up on Fox News or CNN doesn't mean it's absolutely true. However, we do use that as a tactic to be able to say pretty much whatever we want to on here if we can drag it from their site, right? But anyway, y'all make sure you get out there, spend time with your kids, keep them off of that margarita song. It's just trifling trash. Y'all keep an eye out for them videos. Help me out. Flag them all. You see something on YouTube, report it. Lord knows I get reported. So
absolutely,
it's a never-ending battle behind the scenes. T knows what I deal with, but I'll keep fighting a good fight now and forever. So I log in and they say you have had your final strike and you can no longer use this channel. Then I'll just fucking start another one. How about that? But anyway, y'all stay safe. Thank y'all for your support. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like on the way out. Share, subscribe if you have not. Anybody that was new to the channel, thank y'all for coming by. Those of y'all that have been loyal throughout the entirety of this channel, appreciate you, as always. T, Moose, Sax Man, y'all take them easy. We're going to get out of here. Y'all hold on, everybody. We'll see y'all Tuesday. God willing, and the creek don't rise, right?
That's it.
All right, y'all take care. Thank y'all.
Wolverine.
Night.
Give me one margarita.
I'm gonna light up your ass.
I'm gonna say, give me one margarita. I'll be pissing the bed.